Novaexplosion, welcome to Final Fantasy X-2, the Redux playthrough. We are finally here. I said we'd be doing X-2. I technically did I did X-2 on the channel, like, back before I got a microphone. I think it was when the Switch version released. I was like, hey, I'm buying this again on the Switch because I love these games. And I did X-2 on the channel, so I'm looking forward to reduxing it and doing it, like, you know, in this style. I'm gonna load this up and I'll talk a bit while this opening goes on. Also, I'm counting on chat to let me know how the audio is, because 10 and 10.2 do not have audio sliders. So I might need to change Streamlabs a bit. But yeah, 10.2, we're finally here. As the title says, man, this game gets way too much hate. You guys probably, I talked about this in my other playthroughs, but this is 10.2's time to shine, so I'll be talking about it a lot. I love this game. Straight up, I love this game. This is a phenomenal game. It's not perfect. It's got problems. But I love it. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasies. I talk about this, but 10 and 10.2 are honestly tied for they were my #1 Final Fantasy. Both of them were tied because 10 has the better story. 10.2's story is not as good as 10, but it has some interesting things in it that I do enjoy. Gameplay, honestly, can't go wrong with either. But I like 10.2 a tad bit more. But replaying 10 on the channel has been like, okay, I do like the sphere grid. I like the whole turn, like, classic turn-based. I just love ATB, man. So 10.2's combat is better, but 10's is still amazing. Music is basically tied. I like both the soundtracks. I think there's, like, new tracks in 10.2, so we'll get to hear them. But yeah, characters, you know, some of the characters are represented well in 10.2. Some aren't as well, so characters are kind of a tie-ish too. But these games are both just phenomenal. They're amazing games. Now they're my second favorite Final Fantasy because 7 Remake is my #1 Final Fantasy game. But we're doing 10.2 again. My goodness, I'm so pumped. Again, I did this like back before I got a mic. It was when the Switch version released in like 2019. So I'm really pumped to do this playthrough in this format. I love 10.2. And I just want to point out a couple of stuff while this opening goes on so we can just dive straight into the game. Obviously, there will be spoilers. This is a sequel to 10. If you have not played or watched 10 and you care about spoilers, I recommend leaving. I'm gonna spoil 10 to a T. This is a sequel to 10. You should know FF10's story. And I have a playthrough of it on my channel, or just use like a Wikipedia catch-up on the story, or just watch someone else's playthrough. If you care about spoilers. If not, then, you know, keep watching. Hope you're enjoying. But yeah, I did 10 on the channel back in October, I think. So it's been like a good 4 to 6 months since I did 10, which is perfect. I wanted it to be less than a year. There it is. Final Fantasy X-2. Oh man, I forgot how good that transition is. I have a load data because, yeah, quick things I want to go over before we start the game. I have a load data. This is the PS4 version. I'm playing on my PS5, like I did for the 10 playthrough. I have a file. I was actually playing. I got the PS4 version, like, because I got the PS4 version before the 2019 Switch version. Quick little history. I want to tell you guys a little story about how I got into 10 and 10.2. Once upon a time, you know, Nova got a PS2. His very first game for said PS2 was Final Fantasy X. And I think my second game was Star Ocean 3 till the end of time. Those are my first 2 PS2 games on the system. So I got Final Fantasy X, loved it, and then I got 10.2 a little bit after. I think that was back in like 2013, 2014, something like that. Yeah, that sounds right. I was like a teenager. I was like 14, 15 maybe. But anyway, I got those 2 games, loved them to death. They are 2 of my favorite games of all time. I think they're number 4 or 5. My top 5s are like interchangeable. I'm constantly like being like, all I know is Grandia's #1. Graces is #2, Tales of Graces is #2, and Final Fantasy VII Remake's #3. I know Berseria and this game and 10 are like 4 and 5. I don't really know which ones. I guess you could switch them around. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, yeah, so that's the story. I played 10, loved it. I like 10.2. I actually, back when I played them originally, I liked 10.2 more than 10. I found myself liking, because I feel like the very first time I played 10, I had kind of a miserable experience. Like, I feel like I had a lot of trouble on some bosses. Like, I I think it was Sinspawn Gui in the Mihen High Road I had trouble on. The Seymour, the first Seymour fight. I had a pretty, I don't want to say miserable, but the gameplay, I had a bit of a rough experience with FF10 when I first played it. So I was like, my brain was like, oh, I like 10-2 more because it's a lot better and more fleshed out with combat. But nah, I like 10. I think that was just me being not as good with RPGs and such, and FF10 specifically, and probably not putting enough points in Sphere Grid. But yeah. So I did like 10-2 a good margin more for a while, but then ever since I played the remaster, I think I bought the remaster whenever it released, like 2013, 2014. I didn't buy it till 2017. So I bought the remaster, and I played Final Fantasy X and 10-2 again on the PS4. I think I jumped. Yeah, I played 10 and then I played 10-2, but my FF10 file is gone, so that's my file here. The file here is from back in 2017. But yeah. And then the Switch version released, and I just played 10-2 for the channel because I was like, I love 10-2, I want to play 10-2 again. That's why 10 wasn't on the channel before 10-2, because I just decided to do 10-2 right away. And I wasn't doing commentary at the time, so I was like, what the heck? But yeah, that's it. That's my story. Sorry for the long spiel, but I wanted all of you to know how I got into 10 and 10-2. These are very, very special games to me, very near and dear to my heart, so I wanted to put that in the YouTube video. The last thing I want to talk about is the whole controversy with this game. I know this game is very controversial. A lot of people hate this game, like either like, oh, it's they got fan service and it's just Charlie's Angels Final Fantasy. This game did release around the time Charlie's Angels released. Like, let's get that out there. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Like, you know, so it looks a little bit like Charlie's Angels. That's how it be, you know. But I just want to talk. I'm not gonna go too deep into this. But all I want to say is for all the 10-2 haters out there, I am fine with you saying, hey, 10's a better game. Completely fair. Completely fair. Again, they're tied for me. At the time, I liked 10-2 a lot more, but now I like them basically evenly. So, completely fair. But I am not okay with people pointing out the little, like, things about 10-2. It's not a perfect game. I'm not saying it's a perfect game, but even still, it's near and dear to my heart. So, chat doesn't have to like 10-2 necessarily, but like, I'm not getting into whole like discourtesy and controversy stuff, like arguments about, oh, 10-2 did this to 10 and stuff. I'm not doing it. Like, I don't like getting into big arguments like that, but I'm totally fine. People don't have to like the game, obviously. But like, you know, just, if you don't like the game, sure, put like a YouTube comment or a Twitch comment and say like, this is not as good as 10. Completely fair, but just don't expect me to respond to any like long-winded comments or whatever's about the two games. Basically, I'll respond to what I want, and I'm not getting into that. All right, that was like 7 minutes. I'm sorry, but you know, I had to let that out there. 10-2 gets too much hate, so I had to let that out there. And I also had to tell you guys how I got to these games because they are special to me. Raptor, welcome to the stream. Just in time, we're gonna start the game. New game it up. I might not be able to put this on YouTube, by the way. I'm gonna try regardless, though. Chat, you guys are gonna have to let me know how the audio is. There's no audio sliders in 10-2. Or 10.
It's showtime, girls.
It's my girl Riku. I forgot to mention something, but I'll mention it later on in the playthrough. It's not part of my spiel, it's like part of the prerequisites for the playthrough. Final Fantasy Music Video Edition. Oh, my girl Yuna. There's Riku. What a start to this Final Fantasy game, by the way. Hey, it's not Lulu. Oh, pain. YouTube, there was a chance I had to mute that. I didn't want to talk much during that cutscene because I love real emotion. Yeah, gameplay recording resumed. There's a chance that they would not let me put that, or I had to mute it, but... But that'll be a problem I worry about when I actually upload it, so, you know.
Boys.
Fake Yuna! It's Yuna's shadow!
Then show me your moves.
Don't interrupt me. It's Yuna's shadow.
Can keep up.
Oh, I can totally keep up. Let's do this. By the way, like the Grandia playthrough I did, I'm keeping this blind as possible. I played the game many times, but in case you're watching for the first time, I'm keeping this blind, obviously. I will try not to spoil big stuff. Alright, you gotta go, buddy. I don't know why I'm looking at my computer screen. You know what it is, chat? I'm so used to playing on my computer. I haven't streamed from my PS5 in so long. I think the last time I streamed from my PS5 might have been Forbidden West, whenever that last stream was. So I was looking at my computer. Ow. Alright, so as you can see, I will explain the dress sphere system later. This is kind of like, hey, tutorial. But also, like, you know. Oh, I got a high potion. Let's go. You have no right to mimic Best Girl. You must die. Dude, I love the chain. I love this game has a combo chain system.
Takers, keepers.
Yeah, takers, keepers. I agree. Apparently the audio's quiet. Do I need to make it louder?
Danced all night. Sorry, no time for an encore.
Sounds fine to me, but I'll up it up a notch.
Hold still.
Try that. I don't want to make it too loud. There's no audio sliders in this game, so I gotta rely on Streamlabs, which is annoying. Time to go, buddy. Ow. It's over. Oh, wait, I have my guide. This is what I should have mentioned before. I'm gonna pause the game so it doesn't catch me in the battles. I'm gonna try my best to 100% the game. I will try my best, but I make no promises. Probably one of the biggest problems with FF10-2 is how hard it is to 100%. But, so it's very difficult to 100% this game, especially without a guide. Even with a guide, it's very easy to mess up. So I'm going to try my best, but I'm not making promises that actually happens. Not because I'm going to stop doing it. I'm going to try my best, but, you know, it's possible we may miss something very, very super specific. So there's your disclaimer. So this isn't 100% playthrough, but it might not actually get to the counter. I want to keep this on memory. ATB charge normally. Put this on normal. We'll keep it on active. We'll keep these on normal until I turn them to short. Yeah, this is fine. Alright.
You, step aside!
Are you talking to Peyton? Or are you talking to the goons? I couldn't tell. Alright, time to die. I just noticed we're not getting any XP. Alright, chat, ready for the easiest miss-up? This is the easiest way to sacrifice 100%. Which it is possible to do on the first playthrough, but it's pretty tricky. I don't know why I feel so weird to play from my TV again. I've been playing from my computer for like the last 3 playthroughs. Destiny, Persona 4, and Shadows of Valentia. I'm fairly certain the last time I used my PS5 was when I last played Forbidden West.
Sorry we had to win.
I'm not.
Yeah, who's sorry? Chaz, is the audio better, or is it still quiet?
Out of the way!
I don't want to make it loud. I don't want it to override my voice, you know? It's almost in the yellow. I feel like it should be good, though. Man, more games need audio sliders. This is the easiest ways to mess up, chat. If you don't talk to this Moogle, you don't get 100%. I think you just gotta get healing from it. Oh, hey guys, I guess I'm doing more fighting. It's a bit better, but could it be louder? Hang on, hang on. All right, let me try this. I'm gonna try one more thing. I don't want a bit better. I want good. Let me know how this is. If not, then tell me either this or the first setting. I don't think I'm gonna put it any louder than this, because if I do, it'll override my voice. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Alright, Moogle, peace out. Back on the run.
Out of the way!
You losers are gonna get so creamed. Oh, let's go, Phoenix down. Ow. 2 damage, I'm so scared. Blink.
Takers, keepers.